Hello, I am Reverend Wilbert Awdry. I am pleased to announce that my hit books, the Railway series, are turning 80 this year. I thought I would take some time to tell you how it all began. My father was a railway enthusiast, and we would always walk around the bridge that was close to the railway. We would run into the plate layers, who would tell us all about the engines and what they do. There was never a question that my father couldn't answer about railways. My father retired when I was 5, and we moved to Wiltshire at this place called Box, which is very close to the Great Western Main Line. As I lay in bed at night, I would hear engines puffing and panting up hills, and could just imagine in my mind the conversations that they would be having if they were alive. And it really got me thinking, maybe I should write stories about that. Then, when I got older and had kids, one of my sons, Christopher, had the measles, and I wanted to keep him occupied and entertained. So I started telling him made-up stories about the trains of my youth. He really liked them a lot. My wife and my mother told me to publish the stories, and I soon did. I wrote many stories for over 25 years. I eventually retired, and Christopher kindly took over for me. I found out that the last book he wrote in 2011 was made for my centenary 100th birthday. Getting someone to do the artwork for the first book was one of the hardest things I've ever done. At first, I tried doing it with pens myself. Then I figured I needed more help doing it. I eventually found and hired a man named William Middleton. He worked very hard on the first book, and eventually I published it with his illustrations on the 12th of May 1945. The first book looked very different from the version you see nowadays. But as the years went by, I found that I was not so satisfied with the way Middleton portrayed some of the engines. I thought he made them look pretty unrealistic, so I decided to get rid of him soon. Then I decided to have the first book re-illustrated, and it came out very different looking. Everyone loved reading the first book of 4 stories and wanted me to write a second book, especially my son Christopher. I did, and that was how Thomas was first born. I couldn't be happier for this book series, and of course, for the TV series adaptations when they first started making them. My biggest thanks to all of you, and happy 80th anniversary to the first book of the Railway series. Thank you.